Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Yes, your girl is back. It is Christabel. I'm back and I'm bigger and better. Welcome to the new season of Cocktails with Christabel. I'm so excited because I have an amazing guest today. She is the beautiful, talented singer-songwriter. Give it up for your girl, Laker. How you doing, girl?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. I'm fine. How was your journey here?
Yeah, when you're coming from Croydon.
I know. That's the thing about South London. So yeah, I've heard your songs. It's amazing. I just want to say that. So are you ready to make some cocktails?
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah? All right, cool. So we're going to be making a beach vibes. So for those of you that don't know, I have my own cocktail business called Cocktail Blast. Yes, I'm plugging myself in. So we're going to be making beach vibes and we're going to be using orange juice, pineapple juice, some Malibu. We've got our shaker, we've got our cute jugs, and we've got the shot cups. We've got this to crush our ice and our stirrer. So you ready, girl?
I think I am.
All right, so let's open our shaker and we're gonna crush ice. Yeah? So let's crush it. Oh, put it in. All right, yeah. Mine's nicely crushed. Is yours crushed nicely? Yeah? Oh, she's pouring it all out. All right, so Laker, let's get into it, yeah? You're half Tanzanian
Yeah.
and Ugandan.
Yeah.
So, how was it growing up in an African household?
You
And she said, home.
know, it's decent. Obviously, like my mum raised me on her own, so I'm like identify myself more as Tanzanian. I think now as I've grown old and everything, like I'm trying to identify more with the Ugandan side and stuff. But living in an African household is, you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
In terms of like, I can't say there's been any problems or anything like that. I don't feel like I have like the stereotypical African mum in that sense. She's like pretty laid back. She's chill and everything. So yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna two of these.
Thank you. Two of these.
Yep, in this. All right. So you mentioned that you grew up in a single parent household.
Yes.
How's your relationship with your dad, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
He lives like 10 minutes away from me anyway. So
Okay.
it never really feels like I was raised in a single parent household.
Okay.
But, yeah, like there.
All right then, that's good. Okay. I want to be nosy and know how the young Laker was in school. So how was it for you in school?
Okay, so I think primary school, if I'm going to do it that way, primary school, pretty shy, pretty quiet. And I could say like overall I was a good kid.
Okay.
I don't know if my parents would say so.
The parents always have a different opinion.
Exactly. So yeah, I was a good kid. I think leading up into secondary school, I think that's when I started to act a bit rebellious, but I think it wasn't the case with all of us.
Okay. So we've added our orange juice and our Malibu. So now we're going to stir it with our stirrer.
I think like the beginning of secondary school and everything was, you know, cool.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely loved it. I think leading up into like I think year 9, year 10, I think you have falling outs with like
your friends and stuff, yeah.
And that's when like I guess the whole like colorism issue in secondary school started with me anyway. Where I guess people wanted to poke fun because I was dark skinned or they thought I was ugly. So I think at one point like I literally just had no friends. And you know like I guess looking back now, I'm there like okay, this has shaped me to be the person I am. I think I've grown thicker skin because of it. Okay. But obviously back then like the bullying was just so bad. Yeah. But then obviously eventually with time and everything like I did make new friends and everything. So yeah.
Okay, so with that experience of bullying, did it make you hate yourself in terms of your skin colour, or did you notice why they were picking on you?
Like I didn't understand why they were picking on me. Okay. Because obviously, like growing up, like no one had an issue with it. Yeah. And it wasn't made apparent to me that I was different to anybody. So then I think when the bullying did start and everything, I thought maybe they were just trying to find something to hurt my feelings. But then I think when collectively people get together and they start saying the same thing, you can't help but look at yourself and be like, maybe there is an issue. issue with me. But yeah.
Okay, so let's just give it a little stir again because we've added our pineapple juice. Okay, and now we're gonna add our strawberry syrup. Don't add all of it because I poured a bit too much.
Right.
Okay, so let's just pour it in a little bit. Yep, that's enough. And then we give it another stir. Okay, so Laker, let's just fast forward a little bit. So after the bullying secondary school experience, you started songwriting. So tell me a little bit about that.
So I guess during my isolated period where I had no friends, I did meet somebody called Erin Attridge, who to this day is actually one of my best friends.
Okay.
And she was really into kind of just music in general. She just a big music head. And when hanging out with her, like she just introduced me to just a whole different catalogue of music.
Okay.
From indie music to like rock music.
Yeah.
All of that. And stuff that I just wasn't used to in general. But starting off the songwriting period, she used to start, like she was writing, and she started off writing up poems.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I could do it too.
Yeah.
You know? And I guess I was happy to have a friend.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do whatever you're doing. So yeah, she started writing like poems and stuff. I started, doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And then it turned into like silly raps, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And then freestyles. And then we just got like really close. And yeah, she was loving what I was doing. And she was just like, oh, like you need to make something of it. But I thought, your friends just be nice to
Yeah.
But then I think when I just started writing more, I got a bit more confident to kind of show other people and everything.
Okay.
And they were kind of just saying the same thing. So I guess that was like the start of my songwriting time from school. But then obviously when I got to university, I did stop it. Okay,
well, we are going to talk about your uni experience. So before that, actually, we're going to shwake, yeah? Okay. So shwaking is a shake plus twerk equals shwake, right? So you ready to shwake? She said, All right, so 3, 2, 1. Right. All right, it's nice and chilled, isn't it? Oh, it's amazing. All right, so we're just going to open the top bit. And then open our lids. And then we're going to pour it in. Oh, look at the colour, guys. The beach vibe, island vibes. Oh.
I'm happy my one came out similar to yours.
Yeah. Okay, high five, girl. All right, so you ready to taste?
Oh, I think I am.
Okay.
Let's try this.
Let's cheers. Look into my eyes, please. Cheers, girl. Ooh. Beach vibes. This is amazing. Let me take another sip. All right, so let's continue.
Yes.
All right, so Laker, unlike most R&B singers, you didn't actually start in a church choir. So you went to a Roman Catholic church and you disliked hymns.
Yes.
And you turned the hymns and kind of remixed it and made it into your own.
Yeah.
Explain, please.
So, I'm not Roman Catholic by choice.
Yeah.
They're ones where if your parents are going to church,
you have to go. Yeah.
So obviously I would go to church. I was actually an altar servant of the whole works. So I was really tortured with hymn music. Like I literally just had to stay there and just basically endure it. But I guess just to, I want to say just to get through it. I think just for my own entertainment. Afterwards, like especially after like an Easter mass. I don't know if you guys are Roman Catholic or into.
Yeah, I went to a secondary school, Roman Catholic secondary school. Yeah.
And obviously how boring the music is, and I think afterwards, just for my own entertainment, I'll just kind of remix it and sing it. And
that is so cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I think it's so weird, but I think looking back at it, I'm there like, oh, okay, maybe this was like the start
of something.
Something. So yeah, like sometimes you just don't know why you end up doing things. But I guess it worked out for the long run, innit?
Yeah. So is that when you noticed your musical talent?
I wouldn't say so, because I think for me, like I didn't get like any kind of like feedback from it or anybody telling me. Like, I was just doing it for like my own entertainment. And really, if anybody was hearing it, I guess it was just my mum.
Yeah.
And I think she was just thinking that I was making noise for the sake of making noise. So. Yeah.
So how did your parents react to like your choice of pursuing music?
My mum is like, she's like my biggest fan.
I love that.
I love it, but then I think as I'm getting older and I'm making certain songs about certain things, she gets really analytical and she's like, what does this mean? Why? And I'm there like,
yeah.
I'm not open to tell her. My dad, I think he just needs, he needs to get used to it and he just needs to adjust to it. I think like I've got loads of cousins from my dad's side.
Okay.
So they make him very aware that I do music and everything. And he's just kind of like, oh, that's nice. It's like a little hobby. But I think he just doesn't acknowledge it as me actually trying to pursue a career.
Okay. Okay, so I just want to fast forward a bit to uni life.
Yes.
So you went to Birmingham City University and you studied computer science.
Yeah.
That is so different because you studied performing arts. Was it in college?
No, so I went to a lot of performing arts after school clubs.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then also during like school, I was a part of like the gifted and talented group.
Oh, wow.
Where it was just like a whole lot of like performing arts.
Okay, so you studying computer science, that is a totally different. Why is that?
First, because I knew, I guess, from a young age how cutthroat the industry is, the music industry is. And I was there like, you know what, songwriting, doing music, it's a good idea, don't get me wrong. But I was there like the chances of me making it looked very, very, very slim.
Okay.
So I was like...
Was that down to any particular reason?
I think it's just like collectively like a lot of things that happened, I guess, with the bullying, the self-esteem. Kind of not seeing like... you know, representation. You don't see anybody kind of looking like you're doing it at the time. So I think I just kind of fell out of it and I was just like, do you know what? It's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day I'll be able to make it, but let me have like a backup plan.
Okay.
And academically, I was generally good at IT. So IT, and then like my IT teacher was just like, oh, why don't you do computer science? And I was like, yeah, why not? And then also, everybody used to say like, you get money in IT.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, this makes sense. Let me just do it. And also like financially as well, I wanted to make sure like my family
is stable and
like,
everything.
Is stable, is good. I don't want anybody to worry or kind of just endure what we kind of went through. In terms of like not being able to afford things, whatever. So I was like, let me do my part.
Okay.
We can think about the music stuff later. So that's why I ended up doing computer science.
Okay, wicked. So when did you start showing the public like your musical talent, or when did you like pluck up the courage?
When did I pluck up the courage? I think around 2017, 2018.
Okay.
So I always used to tell my friends, like even like at uni, I was like, yeah, you know, I sing. This. And everybody's just like, oh, that's nice, but like, where's the music?
Yeah.
And you know what? Fair point. So I just always say I was a singer, I'm a singer-songwriter. And then one time my friend sent me a Snapchat of the late cadet saying he was looking for a singer.
Okay.
And I was there like, oh, okay then, yeah, I sing, you know, let me just message him. I messaged and he responded and he was just like, oh, like, nice to know that you sing. Do you have like any content? Do you have any music out, whatever? And I was there like,
no, you don't. Yeah.
I don't actually have anything, and I think that was like a really big wake up call for me. I was there like, yeah, if I'm really going to be a singer songwriter, I actually really need to have something out. So I was a bit naive in the beginning. I thought I could just, you know, tell people that I was a singer, or just kind of like sing up 1-2 places and get scouted, and you know, I'm going to make it. But I think that instance was a big wake up call.
Okay. All right then. Your first song, Wait For Me.
Yes.
What was the inspiration behind that?
Oh, now we're tracking back.
Yes. I want to know everything, the nitty-gritties, everything.
Wait For Me. Okay, so Wait For Me, I guess I was... You realise that I was going to be watching this too? Oh, Wait For Me was me being in a relationship, but obviously not wanting to kind of just rush into certain things just yet. So that's what generally the song is all about. It's just kind of like, wait for me, let's get to know each other. Let's you know, like, I don't know, let's build a friendship more than anything while we're in a relationship. Yeah. And that was just something that I kind of just had written, and like I kind of just like forgot about it. And like I write a lot of things, but I kind of just don't finish it. And it was just one of those ones I was there like, okay, let's finish this, let's take it to the studio. During this time I was kind of like looking for producers, It didn't work out with some producers, and then I found a guy called Richard, who's known as RP9, and he produced the track. That was the first time that I actually stood properly in a booth and actually like learned how to like structure a song, learned about harmonies, learned about ad-libs and all of that. So yeah, Wait For Me was an experience.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what the song's about.
So obviously you write your own songs.
Yes.
How is that? Because obviously you can get, is it writer's block?
Oh yeah.
How is that when you're writing your song?
So in terms of like just the process, I think I do have writers, but even to this day I've got writers.
Yeah.
I write something yesterday, my mind was just like,
yeah.
But I think with me, conversation always helps, especially with women, because I write songs for women.
Yeah.
And although I have been through the experiences, sometimes it's talking to your girls or even just talking to other females about their experiences, is when you kind of realise, oh, okay, like I've actually got something to talk about. So I think it's really easy to write a song when I have conversations with people. And I think for me, it just triggers my mind. It's just like, oh, okay, I've been through this too. Let me try to like write about it and everything. So,
okay. I just want to move on to your new song, Does She Know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can I just say, like, that song, it's been on a repeat.
Does she know that you feel this way? Does she know? Does she know? Does she know? Does she know?
On my playlist, it touches me, like, literally. The lyrics describes a man lying and cheating.
Yeah.
Is that from a personal experience or... Okay.
Yeah.
And do you want to explain about that story?
Yeah.
Because I'm nosy.
Oh, no,
I want to know.
It's fine. So, Does She Know? I think, it's a situation that I've been in, like, years ago. I think it was during my university times, my first love and all of that. And with Does She Know, I think, yet again, when I was talking about, like, having conversations with people, and it kind of just triggers that memory. So my friend actually went through a similar situation where it was just like an ex is just trying to shout you even though he's still got a girl. And I was there like, you know what, I've actually even been through the same situation. So I think when it came to writing it, I think, I'm not going to lie, that was probably one of the most easiest songs that I wrote.
Okay.
Because most of my songs do tend to be based on like friends' experience and stuff. But for once I was there like, this one hits me because I really resonate with it. And I think even writing about it, I just remembered my time at university where it's just like this one person that was telling me that they love me and everything. They've moved on and they're still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm even remembering it now.
Your mind's going back.
PTSD.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. I want to know like the pros and cons of, you know, being a singer-songwriter. Starting with the cons, what would you say they are?
One of them I would say Imposter Syndrome. Thinking that like everything that I do is kind of rubbish. I think even just...
And does that stem from like the past?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm just like, you know, I criticise my stuff like a hell of a lot. Yeah. And I'm one of those, I'm very nitpicky. Okay. And like, for me, it's just like if something doesn't make sense or if kind of just like the story just doesn't seem, because I'm a storyteller essentially through my music, if it just doesn't make sense and all of that, I'm just kind of like, F this, no one's going to like it. And then also I think it's just hearing other people's music. Okay. I'm there like, oh, I want to do music like that. But when I realise that what I'm writing or what I'm recording doesn't kind of match up to the standard that I want.
So you're your biggest own critic.
That's it, yeah. So that is one of the cons.
So what would you say your pros are?
My pros, it's quite a bit. I think it's now the recognition from the music, you know. I think because I've been doing this since, I guess, 2018, 2017. And you hear silence sometimes when you just release music. And I think especially like this year, even a bit of last year, especially with last year when Second Chance, one of my songs, was put on No Signal. This year, Does She Know, BBC Radio. And I'm there like, oh, okay, like someone likes it and it's actually getting recognised on big platforms. So that is definitely like a big pro. Yeah.
That's a big achievement in my eyes. Like your song being played on a radio station. Yeah. So have you got anything you're working on? I know you've just released Does She Know, but anything that you're working on right now?
Yeah, so I have actually, in the beginning of the year, I just literally just went to the studio like almost every weekend.
Oh wow.
So I've basically got like a collection of music.
Okay.
So technically, yes, I am working on something. We are, I am working on the next release. And we've actually kind of started.
Okay.
When I say we, my management
Yeah.
as well. We are kind of, working towards that. But right now, obviously, the main focus is Dash, and just...
Okay, just pulling it out there. Yeah, all right. So lastly, I just want to know your thoughts on the UK scene, or should I say the UK music scene. Do you think we need more R&B singers? And if we do, is there a big enough, room for all of them?
Do you know what? I feel like there's a lot of there's so much UK R&B artists. Like even I was in like a concert the other day, and just to even like network with how many people that do R&B music in the UK, I just don't think that we are given a good enough platform.
Yeah.
I think the UK.
And why do you think that is?
This is my opinion, but I just feel like people in the UK conform to what everybody else is kind of liking. So if you're kind of not it, no one's really kind of listening to you. And UK R&B scene is so hard to even just break into.
Yeah.
Even the R&B scene altogether is hard to break into. But I think there's a lot of UK R&B artists, really good ones.
Okay.
I just think we just need to, have the light shone on us and,
Okay.
have that acknowledgement.
I like that. So just plug yourself, let the viewers know everything.
Yeah, so I am Laker. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Laker the Singer. I've got a new single out called Does She Know? So yeah, that's available on all streaming platforms, and I hope you like it.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Laker, for coming. I literally enjoyed this. So yeah, guys, that's the end of Cocktails with Christabel, episode 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow Laker on her socials. Make sure you stream her music. Like, play it, man. Support. You know what to do. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the ting, okay? It's your girl, Christabel, the one and only Sweet Blackberry. See you in the next episode. Bye, guys.